6 when they were turned over by a young Cork side.
We're trying to remind the lads of what happened in '66 to have them prepared for it. But it's very similar, a young Cork team again. Now, I think there's a great future in this Cork team, and I predicted, I think it was last year, that this team will win the Millennium All-Ireland, and they will win several more after that. So Kilkenny were hoping to get one in before they start clocking up the All-Irelands again. And I think they've come a year earlier than we anticipated. But they're a lovely team, and I was very impressed by them against Offaly. Now, Offaly are a very experienced team, and as we know throughout the years, very hard to beat. And I was very impressed when Cork were ahead, and Offaly caught them and went ahead in the second half, and still Cork were able to come back with a young, you'd have to say, inexperienced team, and went ahead and won the game, held on to a slender lead, but won the game. And you have to be impressed by that performance.
Now, there are new heroes like DJ and John Power, but for a farmer like Power, there's more to life than hurling. None of the ticket-hungry fans are here to help with the baling.
We're bang on in the middle of the harvest now at the present time, and a busy time on Power's farm here at the minute, and all hands on deck, and hoping to wrap it up by the weekend and maybe be able to take a day or two off next week and relax for the big game. I was hoping last year to get the call, but it didn't happen, and I suppose I'd be telling lies if I wasn't disappointed. I was very disappointed, and I'm back this year, but I emphasised the whole year long, even in the back of my own mind, what happened last year wasn't going to win an All-Ireland for Kilkenny this year. I had to concentrate on the present game, and Brian had many a chat with me, and we just got involved there, and to see had I something left in the tank, and we played it along there, and if well and good if there was something there, I was included, and if there weren't, sure, there were no harm done. So that was the general term and agreement that I got me kind of chance to come back in under.
Well, the forwards have been going well through the championship this year, and I suppose none more so than DJ, who seems to be flying.
Yeah, well, sure, DJ is he's some man for one man, as they say. He's a great player, and he has great talent. Like, that's known countrywide, and I suppose worldwide at this stage now that he is a great player. But like, as regards the forwards and the Kilkenny team, I don't think an All-Ireland DJ, we're not asking DJ to win an All-Ireland for anybody. We have 30 in the panel, and the 29th man, according to everyone that's over the team, Brian and Ger Henderson and Johnny Welch, the 29th man is important as DJ, and I suppose DJ respects that out very well as well, and that's all DJ expects. So we're not looking for DJ to win an All-Ireland on his own for us, but he definitely have the talent to do so if it's required.
John, and he's just an inspiration to everyone on the panel. You know, he gives this attitude on the field. He's hard, he's tough, which he is. You know, he's reckless even for his own sake. You know, he just gets stuck in there. But off the field, he's just a great character, just one of those nice fellas that, you know, everyone wants to meet and everyone wants to talk to, you know. And we've been friends because we came on the panel very much at the same time, and it looks like we might go off with it at the same time as well. But you know, it's great, and when you have a fella and he's stuck in there and he's rooting and fighting and arguing for the ball, and then we're just taking the brakes off him, it's a big bonus. It's brilliant to be back. This is what we always strive for, to play in front of 70,000 on All-Ireland final day, and you know, hopefully to go up and collect that McCarthy Cup and come back on Monday night with it to Kilkenny. That's the dream. You know, reality is something else, and but that's the dream, and hopefully we'll have it, and hopefully there'll be a few more years in it.
Yes, DJ, looking forward to the big match. And by the way, featured on that song at the start of the item was one Tracy Millay, who was at cornerback on the Kilkenny Camogie team this afternoon. Cyril Farrell, it is so hard to call this year's All-Ireland final. Now, the nice thing about this is I don't get paid to have to call it, but you do, so let's hear it.
Some people say I might get paid too much. But you see, it's an unusual final in the sense that both sets of forwards would be rated very, very good, and both sets of backs would be considered like they're under pressure. Now, you're probably going to find that both sets of backs might come up trumps. Kilkenny are going in with a clean bill of health, and I think they'll have everyone back. But Pat O'Neill, for example, came on the last day. I believe that he'll hold the position centre back. Barry will hold his position wing back. They will play the same 15 as they played the last day. Now, there's a slight doubt over Cork. Mark Landers is getting keyhole surgery. Now, I saw a young guy playing for Galway last night, young Mark Kearns, who got keyhole surgery as well, and he played quite well. Now, whether Mark can make the recovery or not for midfield, I don't know fully. And there'll be a slight question mark. The backs will be the same, goalie the same. There'll be a question mark up front, because definitely the 6 up front haven't been clicking for Cork. Now, whether Jim Barry Murphy and his selectors decide to leave the 6 alone, that will come good, and do what they're doing every day, take off 1 or 2, or go for broke from the start, they have to decide that. I still believe that they might make a change up front.
Yeah, but everybody's expecting such a big match out of this one, not just, I suppose, because it's Cork and Kilkenny, but simply because of the fact that there is forward power there in potential at any rate.
Yeah, well, there's forward power on both sides, but Michael, for forwards to play well, your half-back line midfield must give a good supply of ball and a plentiful supply of ball. Now, Cork especially need the ball out in front, that they can come on fast. Joe Dean, Sean McGrath, first touch, get it on the stick and over the bar. They need that kind of ball. Kilkenny are slightly different. There's going to be a terrible duel. John Power will be on Brian Corcoran. Now, Corcoran's having a fantastic year for Cork all through. Great hurler, force for going up the pitch. Like Brian Cody would be telling John Power, I don't want him coming up the pitch. You must stop him, blaze every ball through. That's going to be man-to-man stuff, no quarter given, no quarter ask. And at the same token, on the other side, you'll have Pat O'Neill, who has great positional sense, but wouldn't be the best, wouldn't be the fastest in the world on his feet. And Fergal McCormick will probably be told to bring him around the place, and you'll find that they'll have things worked out with their puck out, bring them maybe the centre forward, away out to the side, pulling the centre back and dropping the ball into the middle. It's going to be intriguing, all the different tactical battles that are going to go on.
Lynn, with Cork involved in both the hurling and the football, of course, in a couple of weeks' time, there's a great buzz down the county. What's the feeling down there? Do they feel they can win this hurling?
Well, I mean, as you say, there is a great buzz down there. I mean, the flags are out, everyone's preparing really. I mean, 2 finals is a superb thing for any county. So to see Cork coming out again, it's like a reliving of the 1990s.
Yeah.
So I feel that, yeah, I mean, as successful as they were in the 1990s, I think everyone's dream in Cork, as they scramble for tickets, there's no doubt about that, is that they will relive the 1990 again.
Well, obviously the dream is there, but do the fans actually believe that they can win this hurling?
Yes, well, there is a lot of self-belief in them. I mean, they've come up trumps so far. I mean, already they're a success story.
Sure.
They've reached the All-Ireland final in both hurling and football, which is a fantastic achievement. So really, it's all to play for. The belief is there, and I believe all the support is behind them.
Well, there's no doubt the support will be behind them. Cyril Farrell, we don't know what's going to happen next Sunday, but we do know what's happened so far in the championship. Of the 2, of Cork and Kilkenny, through the campaigns, who have you been most impressed with?
Well, what impressed me early on about Kilkenny was I saw them playing a league semi-final against Galway, and they were beaten. But they were quite happy coming out the gate afterwards, because they were missing a few players, but you could see that their team was taking shape. Now, last year, Cork's team came good, even though they were beaten in the championship. And like behind the scenes, there was quite a battle to keep Jim Barry Murphy on. He probably felt he had enough after 3 years.
Yeah.
Now, this is his kind of, things are coming right for him. So both teams are coming right at the right time. Now, sport is lovely, and it's there, you have to take part. But like at this level, sad fact of life, the winner takes all. Now, Kilkenny had been there last year, under a different manager, got there and were beaten. Therefore, they were deemed a failure. Down in Kilkenny, they won the Leinster title. No one thought of that. Now, the same thing, if Cork lose this year, even after winning the Munster title, and while it will be a success in itself, but like deep down to the players and the management, it won't be success. You have to win this All-Ireland. That's where both things will be taken. And like a lot can happen in the last week. Like Jim Barry Murphy will be hoping that all the fellas come right through training and the injuries pick up. Kilkenny just, from that little bit of experience being there, you just have to feel that if it's a very, very tight game, which it looks like that, they might just scrape it.
So you're going for Kilkenny?
I'll go for Kilkenny. I know if Tomas is here now, he'd be jumping down my neck for Cork, and he will be going for Cork.
It'll be Lynn instead for this particular Sunday. All right, thanks for that. Okay, so that's the look ahead to next week. Now, though, getting back to today, let's just confirm the main results of the weekend in Gaelic Games.